Hello, hello, hello. This is Disgruntled Elk back with another Hammer League. Nothing super spicy except for we're trying some cookies, get some sweets in our diet. Card's been pretty good. It's had a lot of utility recently, so I want to give it more of a fair shake than I have in the past. We've got our 6 tricks right here with Blacksmith Skill and Spell Pierce. Hushbringer, Lavinia, nothing crazy. I did trim the Meddling Mage to make room for the 3rd Lavinia, because if you're going down to 5 total Hate Bears, I like the 3-2 split of Lavinia, Hushbringer. And then you have, your 2 bullets that we're pretty much always going to have, and March of the Otherworldly Lights is my removal spell of choice. So I will see y'all in round 1. So let's actually get to play. Yes, I will play first. Oh, man. This hand is quite good if we hit a land and we have Esper Sentinel on the play. I'm kind of about it. Obviously, it could go wrong, but we also only have 1 card we can't. So between the Esper Sentinel on turn 1, and it's not a Yorion deck, so we can probably run out the Memnite as well. It's pretty hard to throw this back because it's a very good Cauldron hand anyway. I will fetch up the Hollowed Fountain here, play out the Esper Sentinel and the Memnite. No reason to play out the Ornithopter yet though. They mulled the 5. Okay, looks like a mirror match potentially. At least we get to draw a card. That's not one we want. Ah, come on. Deck, please. And let's get in there for 2. Any land, please. Not even gonna be that picky. They got a good land. Okay, Stoneforge Mystic. Probably getting Cauldron. I mean, Hammer's obviously insane too. Cauldron, sure. Totally reasonable. At least we have the giver advantage if we spike a land like that. Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, I'm just gonna play that out. Yes, I will. And we are gonna get a Cauldron here for sure. And I will play out this Thopter. And we're gonna pass the turn. No reason to attack here, because we are probably going to be blocking the Cauldron and giving pro black. The giver advantage in the Cauldron fights is kind of insanely important, okay? So the question is, we know they have Cauldron. The question is, do they have like a hammer to put the on top of the Cauldron? I'm hoping no. They could also be considering making a construct here. If they do make the construct and put the Cauldron on the construct, then we can't really protect with the giver because we're protecting from colorless. Okay. It's not great. So they can put the Cauldron and then a hammer on Thopter. We will probably draw a card here. We get to draw a card. Do it. They can't Cauldron me this. Cigar Aid is a good hit for sure. And so if we spike a land, we're in pretty insane shape here too. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a very, very close one. Definitely need a land, though. Colossus Hammer, sure. So we would take 3 after blocking with the Orn. And then, so we'd go to 14. I don't think we'd... Oh, another. Okay. That's terrifying. Okay. It's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, so we get to pass the turn here. And we can throw the Cauldron on something to... All right. They did not hammer. Okay. Yeah, we might be dead here. If they just Cauldron and double hammer, we're probably dead. It's 25. We block 7 of it. If it's in the... Well, it's not going to... Okay, Shadow Spear. So we are not dead. That's great news. 15. So they can put in... Yeah, they can still double hammer plus Stoneforge. Yeesh. Our hand was good. Theirs was much better. That's our line right now. Put that in. Yeah, you got it. And they stacked it right. Excellent. So that's 6. 26 minus 7 is lethal, assuming I remember correctly. All right. Block there. Ooh. Okay. We draw a hammer. Did not draw a hammer. So this is still not lethal. This puts us to... Okay. 26, I believe, does it. 26 minus 7 is 19. So we are dead. Okay. Yeah, if we... Man, every part of the buffalo. All right. So post board on the play. I like Esper Sentinel. Don't like Memnites. Those can go away. And then we can trim... Well, we're bringing in these 2, this one, these 2, and trim, I think, a Esper Sentinel and... What do I usually... All right, yeah, fine with this. Trim 1 Esper Sentinel and the Memnites and 1 drum for some pierces, some marches, and a knee. Call it a day. See if we can start a little cleaner this time. Kept a greedy one. Maybe we're supposed to throw it back, but I thought it was pretty good. I mean, this hand is very good, so I will very much keep this one. So we just turn 1 Esper Sentinel, turn 2 probably Saga. Yeah, okay, well they mulliganed to 4 also, so that's good news for us, hopefully. Hopefully we don't just get blown out again. So we'll play Sentinel on 1, probably, depending on what they do, probably aid Saga 2. Alright, so Sentinel, and they mulled 4, let's see what they got. Okay, we'll draw a card. And I may just march that here. Yeah, I don't hate that. Just keep it real simple, pass the turn. And now we can play like Windswept Heath, Sigarda's Aid Giver. I don't think we're making constructs. We could, but with them mulling to 4, hitting the aids felt pretty important. I will take 1. Absolutely not blocking. Absolutely. Okay, that's pretty good too. Could also name Saga here with the Needle. I don't hate that. So we're gonna just go fetch right now. Aid. Okay, they look F6 here. All right, let's hammer. Yeah, just give her here probably. I don't hate the idea of getting a construct first. I mean, we're just insanely far ahead, right? Okay. All right, I will draw a card. I will draw a card off that. It's very likely they have hammer. Well, I mean, it's a 4. Might not be that low. So I don't think we're actually making construct this turn. I think we're just floating mana. Yeah, like float mana. Oh, okay. Or no reason to make a construct, because if we just float mana, then we can also move the Shadow Spear if needed. So if they like go to kill the Esper Sentinel, we give it protection from white, so it counters the Sigarda's Aid trigger. We can then just pay the extra mana to equip it. So on the draw, I do not like Sentinel. I don't think it's particularly good. Memnites are still kind of bad, but they are reasonable at least. And I think I want the extra drum here for the mana. Kind of go from there. Yeah, I'm content with Sentinels post board. On the draw. On the play, I think you want some, if not all. Well, this is a lot of hammers and no way to equip. This is a hammer, a protection, keep. So we probably just go give her Memnite on 1, or give her Ornithopter on 1. Seems pretty good. That is very tempting. Is there a reason not to? We have Spell Pierces in the deck. We might as well just go get our blue source now, since we're 95% to have to crack that this game. Cast 2 Ornithopter. All right. We can also go get a Cauldron here with the Stoneforge, which seems like a good line. Paladin. Okay, that's powerful. It's kind of scary. It's a little spooky. There are worlds where we die. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not just... I think we just want to whack for 10 here. Okay. This also means they could potentially just be dead if they tap out, assuming they don't just kill us. But it takes a very specific combination of cards to do that. Okay. Especially with the Steel Shaper's Gift backup. Okay, that's not a bad start. So if they choose to equip and they don't have... Okay, well, adding mana now. Okay. Okay, so they're dead, because we can just protection from white on the Ornithopter and then kill them. Yep. It's sometimes that's just how that works. I don't know what they could possibly have here. I choose white. I will attack for 10. 10 points of damage. Ooh, bonk, 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 bonk. There we go. A clean 10, then 10. All right, I'll see y'all in round 2. All right, we are back for round 2. All right, perfect on the play. So it's a little slower than I'd like, but Saga into Saga into Saga with Sigarda's Aid's like pretty good. So I'm just gonna do the thing. We also have Inkmoth, so we have a fast Inkmoth kill potentially too. Thoughtseize me. Yes! Oh god, you mulligan. You mulligan, opponent, you take 2. Leyline of discard a card, take 2. Yeah, you just love to see it. Okay, perfect. A spell right on time. All right. Sorry I'm not providing a whole lot of commentary, but other than the decision to keep it hasn't felt super done. I cast the one spell that I played a land and passed the turn. Okay, so let's attack for 1. It's probably the Coffers. Almost guaranteed to be the Coffers. So we're just going to try for a kill here. We're going to make a 3/3 that'll turn into a 4/4 and then a 5/5. So we'll have 5, 6 power plus an animated ink moth. So we'll hit him for 6 and lethal. Make a, I think you want to, and then we can follow this up with, so we'll just hammer, put it on this. And then we follow it up with Esper Sentinel plus Saga. And that's fine. I don't even float mana because there's no reason to that. Yeah. Okay. So still hit him for 6. Of course, if we have a hammer in hand, then the game's over. But they can be fairly certain we don't. All right, sure. Killed another one. So they've had 2 removal spells and a Thoughtseize, and they're still in trouble. I like it. I like it. Blood Chiefs. Yeah, you got it. That's a lot of work to kill some free creatures. Do we have another removal spell? Cling to Dust. Sure. Draw a card. And I think I take a turn off of Saga, like playing. Oh, okay. Kind of like that. Yeah, let's, turn was a little more complicated, but here we are. Play that there, and it looks like they're conceding. Yeah, and of course we put it on the Sentinel instead of the Ornithopter, because even though if they kill the Sentinel, then we're left without a creature, like we're going to draw a card off of their removal spell because they can't pay 11. Yeah. Okay. So mono black, bring in certainly some number of these. I think that's all I'm going to do for right now until I see more of their deck. Gingerbrute's fine. I think we trim a drum, some Memnites probably. A Steel Shaper's Gift is probably fine to trim. It's either a gift or another Memnite, and I think that's probably fine. I think so. They usually have a Karn package for Ensnaring Bridge, and Ornithopter is certainly better against that. Memnite's better at pressuring though, because they usually don't have a lot of blockers. So I'm gonna leave one Ornithopter in the deck so I can tutor it up with Saga if I need to. Get like a 0 power creature into play to surprise attack through a bridge with Sigardazade. But other than that, I could also see bringing in a Needle. As soon as I see more of their deck, I'll reevaluate. But because we won game 1, this is a keep. Any equipment's good. Urza Saga is very good. It's a Thoughtseize deck, so I'll want to mulligan anyway. Okay. Oh man. So ordinarily, I would just play Esper Sentinel here, but Sigardazade is so hard for them to actually address that I'm gonna play 8 first, and then next turn I can play 2 1-drops. Probably is what I'm gonna do. Ooh. We can play out Drum, Saga, Giver. I'll play out the Giver. And of course we lead with Sentinel because then they have to, if they want to kill it, they have to pay 1 more mana. It's almost 1,000% that they will go for the Expedition map here. That is why I sequenced in the way I did. And of course, if we play a creature and then play the drum after, then they can kill the creature in response, and then we can't actually get the extra mana. Once again, very likely they're just going to Expedition map, but if we can develop our board well. Blast Zone is a good one. Lithoform Blight. Loses all land. Okay, but does it keep? I'll let Moto figure it out. Okay. I don't really want to play other Esper Sentinel because I can just play, I think I'm just going to shock this in, play Palette, and attack for 1 with the Esper Sentinel. Holding up Giver of Runes, protection for Paladin. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with where we're at. All things considered, I'm pretty happy. Okay, so we will definitely bring in Needle next game. Rose. Yeah, sure. All right, cast it. Pass the turn. So we would still have 1 artifact around if they pop that. Okay, no attacks. Okay, no attacks. Pop it now. That's pro-black here, and yep, resolves. This isn't what I would call a good board position, but so it does interact with Hushburn. Okay, I will take 4. Okay, I'm gonna cast this. So I'm not gonna concede here, because I want to see more of their deck. Did they mean to draw a card with Castle Lochthwain? Oh geez. Okay. I just want to see if they have Karn. Thoughtseizes aren't doing anything for the rest of the game, so totally reasonable. Okay. I will play Reality Chip. Okay. That's a spell, at least. Question is, do we block here? If they have a removal spell for the chip, then I'm probably content, but I don't think I block. I think we just take 4. Hope to live another turn. Let it resolve, honestly. So I do want to put a stop on, so I want to fetch before I untap because I do not want to draw mem. Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely probably still a Urborg whatever deck, Urborg Coffers deck, but I don't see the big package. Like, we haven't seen any Karn, anything like that. And so knowing that, Needle's definitely still good because it can hit Expedition map as well as... Do we want Memnite? Get rid of that. And okay. So knowing that they're just a pile of removal spells makes me approach this a little bit differently. Because they're not really big mono black control, I guess. No Hushbringers though still. I like the relics. I do think we want the Ornithopters instead. Maybe. I don't know. It's pretty close. And honestly, we could probably trim it. Probably just go down on cards that don't do a lot to the board and up things that do things to the board. And a 60 card deck is important. So we will do that. Yeah, so keeping Giver around's really big game. Blacksmith skill's obviously very good. Turok's kind of a pain, but I don't think we can do about that. It's a mono white deck against a creature that says protection. I will keep, yeah, this hand is quite good. We have turn 1 Giver of Runes. Okay, and they mulliganed with their attrition black deck. So yeah, we just probably Giver into Stoneforge for Kaldra. Hope it works. Oh wow, it did not die. Not gonna lie, kind of surprised. Could also get a hammer here, right? Yeah. I like getting a hammer because now we can Steel Shaper's Gift on our next turn, and if it resolves, then we get to Cauldron them, and if it doesn't, or if they kill the Stoneforge first, Ratchet Bomb, sure. I'm trying to think, is there a reason to play Pure Steel? Not yet. Go get Cauldron, shock that one in, put in Cauldron. And at this point, I actually think it's fine to just attack because I can't, if they want to double defile the Cauldron, I'm fine with that. completely content with, and they're likely to probably pop the Ratchet Bomb next turn, so I might as well get the point of damage in with the Giver. Yep, put the counter on it for sure. Makes sense to me. So now we get to go Saga. Okay. Did I miss Lethal? I probably did because we could have played Paladin. Yeah, whatever. So we can play that, animate. We're one short. That's just sack, right? Yeah, no. So we can crack in for 6. I think we play. So I think we are probably just supposed to crack for 7 here. Hold up skill. If we, because we can play a Giver. Probably just whack with both of those. I don't hate playing Hammer here either. A for 6. So play the Hammer, and then we pass the turn. Okay. Ball Coffers. So let's see if they pop this. They did not. Okay. So we have 1, 2 artifacts currently. Yep. Okay, well, if I'm gonna keep 1, I'm glad it was the Blacksmith skill. Blacksmith skill and Paladin are obviously both quite good. Quite good. Oh, hey, there we go. All right, so we have 1, 2. We can animate for a 3rd. Gosh, but we're 1 shy because then we can't skill. So yeah, just attack 4, 5, I guess. All right, just taking it. Okay, I respect. Okay, still no pop and no act. So this would be a, what, a 7/7? They would take lethal trample over it. Okay. So let's probably just give this pro black right now. Okay with that. Okay. So, Ratchet Bomb's on the stack. They can pop it again. I think we just skill. Get out of here. Get out of here. Blacksmith skill. Blacksmith skill. That should be the match, right? Yeah. Assuming Moto catches up. Perfect. All right, cool. I'll see y'all in round. All right, we faced off against the Mirror, which is always stressful, kind of. And then mono black cards. Let's see what we are in store for. We're on the draw with a hand that, if this was a 1-land hand with a white source, I would snap off. But I don't even have a white source. So this is already a mulligan there. And then it's 4 lands, one of which is Saka. This hand kind of sucks too. Okay, this hand much better. So I think we keep that. I don't want to bottom both zeros, do I? Maybe I do. Yeah, I'm fine with that. All right, start us off, opponent. I'm actually going to start with the Flooded Strand because I want to... Oh, God. Oh, no. All right, well, definitely would have thrown the Giver back if I had known. Yeah, and we're just going to play a Giver here. Maybe they won't know. I mean, that's a real good start. They mulligan to what, 6? Yeah, mulligan to 6. Okay, Beseiju. They explored. Ugh, oh my God. This is so Opponent's going off. Maybe they don't have a bounce land. Maybe that's what our hope here is. Yeah, I mean, all right, let's get a Cauldra. Hope we untap. Okay, as long as they don't have a bounce land, we're in fine shape. Hopefully, they continue to not have both triggers around the stack. Yep, they got a third amulet. If they have a bounce land, we're kind of incredibly dead, right? I mean, they have to have bounce land. Okay, but to these. So they have infinite lands. Do they have a way to get a tight question? They do. All right. Well, that's a beating. But here we are. Can't imagine we're not dead. Maybe there's a world. Maybe they mess up. Okay. Yep. So they just go get another. They just go get another Summoner's Pact by bouncing the T-West to their hand. Going to get another Titan. I mean, I'll let them have their fun. Yep. Okay. Same thing, I would presume. Okay, not technically dead. I don't quite know how we're not dying. Because they can also just like bounce Beseiju to their hand, which is fine. Maybe we're not dead. Haste and Vigilance, they attack, they double strike. We take 16. We don't take 16, we take, we should probably block with both. Oh, okay. Block here, protection. Oh, okay. Yep, they can give double strike twice. Okay. I am content to concede there. Super. The old double amulet, double saga hand. I'm okay losing with our reason. Hey, it was a good 5. So we're bringing in these. Of course, Lavinia is great because she stops both Force of Vigor from being cast before they have actual 4 lands in play, which can sometimes be even further away than turn 4. And of course she stops the Summoner's Pacts as well. I'm also bringing in the Marches, because March lets you kill their sagas and their amulets, and then Blacksmith Skill protects your combo from getting interrupted. So I bring in these 9 usually. Esper Sentinel is pretty heinously bad. Reality Chip doesn't do a lot. Drum I usually trim, I'm pretty sure. Givers you can trim probably all of them, if we're being real. I like the speed that the Memnites potentially give us with the Springleaf, but I'm also fine on the play trimming 1 Memnite. Keep a Giver to protect a Lavinia too. Don't think there's a huge difference. Cauldra is a great plan against them post board, as is Lavinia. Hopefully we get to execute on said plan. All right. Yes, I would definitely like to play. Well, we have a turn 1 aid, turn 2 Saga, Stoneforge. I'm keeping this hand. Hopefully we draw a colored source so we can actually just Lavinia onto. Not going to complain. And I will fetch up Hallowed Fountain here because the extra life doesn't matter nearly as much as making sure we can cast Lavinia if we do hit a colored source. Are they keeping? Okay. They also keep 7. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. Shock, and I will place a Gardas Aid. Of course, my play can... Oh, stop. Okay. At least there's that. Okay. I think I am going to Windswept Teeth. Go play Lavinia, because next turn we can play Saga, Stoneforge, Hammer, put a Hammer on Lavinia, and then crack in for 12. And then the following turn put a Shadow Spear on it, because they can't currently Force of Vigor. So because we're on the play, we get to do this line. They can't dismember her either because they need 3 lands in play to cast it. Quite good. She's quite good, obviously, on turn 2 is usually player, but sometimes you do go for the Stoneforge into Cauldra line. That resolved. Promise if I had March, I would have already fired it off. I would not hate drawing March either. If I drew March, I would March the Saga and then play a Stoneforge Mist Cauldra anyway. Probably. So they're in a tough spot because they know they could get hammered, so they really want to leave up the green mana for Beseiju. And if they do that, then we probably just go Saga, play Stoneforge, get Cauldra. If they tap out, then we do just go Stoneforge, Hammer, throw it on. Okay, that's what we like to see. What we like to see. Okay. Yep, that's fine. All right, yep. I'm going to keep it really simple, and we're just going to bond. Yep, 12 yeah. Yes, I will, in fact, choose to equip. All right, so they can't Summoner's Pact. Okay, they're dead. Yeah, that's it's kind of the exact start you want against them. Of course, March would have been great, but not gonna complain. I guess a second hand would have technically. I don't think we want to change much. Maybe we want the extra drum on the draw and like trim a skill, get a little bit of extra speed. I don't hate that. It also fixes our mana a little bit better. Wonder if we're supposed to trim a Steel Shaper's Gift as well. I could see that. Keep the skill in. Maybe trim a Memnite. Nah, just whatever. We're gonna do this. It doesn't make a huge difference. So, I mean, I'm gonna keep this hand. We have a turn 1 Sigardazade, and we can turn 2 hit them with an Ornithopter for 10. Okay, well they also have their nut draw, so that's fair. That's real good too. So we will get a Plains here, play Sigardazade, and play Ornithopter. All right, maybe we'll just draw a hammer and win. If we do untap, I might actually just play Lavinia on turn 2. Because we have the Paladin as a backup equipper, I don't... But like, because we can't kill them this turn, I think it's pretty important that we are able to play Lavinia this turn. Oh, stop. That's disgusting. Okay. Yeah. Do you also have Dryad? Do they... Okay. Okay. I get it. Yeah, so 1000% playing Lavinia this turn. Because then also if we hit a land, we can kill them because we get to go Steel Shaper's Gift for a second hammer, attack, and then hammer twice. Okay. Yeah, I guess. I'm going to do this. Seems very difficult for them to Valakut kill us this turn, so I'm going to do this instead. All right, so we know they have Gruul Turf in their hand, but I think that's our only known piece of it. And obviously we could completely die, because if they go get Amulet, then they generate... Okay. Interesting. I think we've got a good shot, actually. I will not block. Absolutely not. Not in 100 years. Okay. So we'll lead with that. And I wonder if we're supposed to just get a shadow. Oh, okay. Yeah, did they concede? I'd prefer. Make this a lot easier. So, question is, so we know they have Gruul Turf and 2 other cards in their hand. We know they can't Force of Vigor us. And so do we just get a hammer and attack with both creatures and then double hammer? I think we do. Okay. I mean, I guess we can just attack with the Ornithopter, right? If they have Beseiju, that's gross. It's not honestly too bad. I think that's probably why we attack with both, though, right? Okay. Start here. Put it there. All right, I've got it. Yeah. Whew. All right, there we go. Lavinia doing work. Obviously, they didn't have Beseiju. If they had Beseiju, we would have been in a worse spot for sure. But Lavinia plus a fast kill is definitely the plan there. All right, I'll see y'all in round 4. See if we can keep this train going. All right. Here for round 4, we are on the play. Love to see it. And we have Sigardazade, a turn 2 hammer, and we get to follow it up with a turn 2 Saga as well. Yeah, like snap this one off. Probably do just lead with the Hollowed Fountain. Yeah, sure. Not gonna worry about it too much. Okay. There's no reason to play both creatures. Is there... I'm trying to think. So, obviously, if they're a Fury deck, playing out both creatures is rough. But if they're anything else, we're better served by playing both. All right. Don't punish me, Daddy. Okay, Plains. That's a good... Okay, deal. Okay, deck. Jeez. All right, well, I'm going to get a hammer with the first one. I'm going to attack for 1 point of damage. Yeah, sometimes the hammer mirror just looks like this. Sometimes, especially game 1, where usually neither of you really have much interaction, if any. This is just kind of what it looks like. Just going to take it. Boop. And I will almost 1000% be blocking here if they go land, because they could double hammer us. Gross. Yep, block. Nope. Just a free block. Love to see it. Okay. Now the game's over, because now we just go get another hammer, attack with both, and put it on the Ornithopter after blocks. Not much my opponent could. I was on the play, and I had all the 1 mana stuff. They get, yeah. Okay, they got Shadow Spear. Sure. I will get another hammer. Yeah. All right. Pretty simple game. Not a lot to comment on. Just be as lean as efficient as possible. Let's see about game 2. So we are on the draw. So that means I cut all these. And we're bringing these two for sure. These two for sure. I like the need. So we will cut one mem. Keep the drum because it's extra mana and call it a day. You keep the Ornithopters obviously because they can block flying creatures and stopping an Inkmoth kill can be really important. Even though usually we have some interaction post board, it's usually no more than 3 to 4 pieces maximum. And so playing the blacksmith skill feels pretty unnecessary most of the time. All right, well, we have a hammer, a gift, a saga, and a paladin. It's a little slower than I'd like, but I think we keep this. They mulligan to 6. Love to see it. Okay. Drum? No 0, though. Okay. So I think I'm just going to probably just play Plains Hammer, right? Yeah, I don't hate it. Also, I'm fine just fetch shocking here. Because if I draw Spell Pierce, I certainly want to be able to cast it. All right. Oh. Okay. I don't know if that's a keep, but here we are. I think I'm just going to play the Saga out, honestly. Their hand's so slow. So we can play Paladin. If they want to discard multiple cards to kill it, I think I'm fine with that. And then we can Saga. If they don't have removal, though, then we can kill in 2 turns, right? Yeah, so I'm fine. If they want to 2-for-1 themselves to kill the Paladin, I'm pretty okay with that because we have these Sagas as backups that we don't want to get marched either. Yeah, well, we can just kill them this turn, right? Because we can just play Inkmoth, Steel Shapers for a hammer, play the hammer, animate the Inkmoth. It's pretty good. I guess we can start here, though. Just the free draw. A 1-lander on the play feels ambitious. Yep, so they're killing the Paladin in response. Makes sense to me. They pitched an aid. Okay. So they probably don't have a lot of white cards in their hand either. Otherwise, they would have, already cast it. So I don't hate just Steel Shapersing here for a reality chip and just playing the chip. Sometimes the deck really cooperates. Yep, Stoneforge. Get a Cauldra, probably. Would be my guess. This matchup, usually mulliganing is correct if you don't have quite a good hand. So just getting a hammer. Are we playing aid here? Okay, pretty good. Are they just dead? They are not quite. Guess we whack. So we hit for 10. Get our free 10 points of damage. And then move this over here. Move this over here. Play a... Is there a reason to... I don't think we're making a construct here. They grabbed a hammer, right? So I don't think there's a reason to make a construct. Yes, I would like to draw that. And we can't animate the Inkmoth anyway. So we just punt our turn. Why? That's good on them. I wouldn't have felt... I get it. Only so much you can do, right? But good on them. GG's. Liu Blood Elf. I think I probably massacred you. We shall see. I would have to see their 6. That's the only thing that I would question. Because it's pretty tough to keep a 1-lander. I mean, it depends on how many 0s and 1s they have left in their deck. Because, yeah, if they have, like, aid plus removal in the March plus Stoneforge Mystic, it can be hard to throw that 6 back. Fantastic. I'm glad people are getting to practice, and hopefully this content is continuing to help. Of course, I am open to feedback. Obviously, I haven't done a Patreon before. If people have specific feedback, I'm always happy to listen. But I'll see y'all in round 5. Okay, cool. All right, we are back for round 5. Opponent joined. Let's see if we can get the coveted 5-0 that I keep missing. Let's see if we can do it. All right, well, it looks like a Yorion deck from that 80. This also has 3 0s. Esper Sentinel is also like pretty medium, and we get blown out by Fury. I think we this is more reasonable. So we keep it, yeah, and bottom the. So now we get to turn 1 Seachrome Coast. Okay, so they mulligan 2 at least. So Seachrome Coast, Drum, Bauble in a Yorion deck. I don't know. But I'm gonna play out the Ornithopter and the Esper Sentinel. Not gonna worry about it too much. If they Fury to 2-for-2 my Esper Sentinel and my Ornithopter, I'm fine with that. Okay. It could just be I think there's a 4-color Delirium deck running around, so that could totally be what it is. Where they're playing like Traverse the Ulvenwald and still just like the 4-color Ren and 6, Teferi, Omnath, all that nonsense. Yep. Okay. Unholy Heat. Yep. Okay. Well, okay. Don't hate that. We get to play Stoneforge. I think it's still Cauldron here. Reality Chip is close. It's really close. It's probably Cauldron. I'm about that life. And yeah, I mean, let's play out the Giver as well. Don't do it. Okay. That doesn't kill it. Okay, so they picked up Wooded Foothills, played Wooded Foothills. Don't do it. Don't you do it. No. Still worth it in my mind. Of course. That's it's not great. Okay, so I think we just whack both at Ren. Put it to 2. And then I am down to just, I don't think there's a Ren. We want to draw lands. Just tapping this. So 3 more lands, and we can Cauldron them. Obviously, any equipment off the top is very good. Yeah, any equipment. So that means 3 Stoneforge Mystics, 2 Steel Shaper's Gifts, and okay, these Givers did a lot of work. So 2 Steel Shaper's Gifts, 3 Stoneforge, 4 Hammer, 1 Shadow Spear. All those are very good. So I am gonna fetch here. That tapped. Okay. I don't hate this one. All right, plink your Ren in 6. So do they have another removal spell? No, they're probably, yeah, just building their mana. That's fair. Okay. Stoneforge Mystic, Hammer. I'm happy with all those. I'm not even going to be picky. Okay, so they played the Misty. Makes sense. Perfect. All right, well, I'm going to try to kill the Ren in 6. They have Solitude here. They have Solitude here. There are a lot of things they could have that are terrible for us, and I'm content to lose to those. Yep, that's a good one. Yep, so they eat that, and then they eat the Asper Sentinel. Meant to play the Flooded Strand, but luckily it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. The good news, yeah, so it's definitely the Delirium deck. The good news is that we do have some very good sideboard cards. Match up. Yorion to hand. All right, yep. Kraken for 3 makes sense to me. 1 time. Okay, I'll take it. Don't think we can let Ren in 6 stick around. Okay, I'm content to Jeez. All right. Oof. Okay, so I'm less familiar with this build, obviously, because it's a little newer and people are kind of experimenting with it. But it seems like it's mostly the same in terms of cards we care about. I know they generally play Eternal Witness effects, so we want all of these. So those 10 probably. And we are cutting definitely the Memnites, a drum for sure. I think both gifts, 2 Esper Sentinels at least. So we need to cut 2 more cards. I'm fine going down to 1 or even 0 zeros here because we have the Gingerbrute now. And we aren't trying to like kill them on turn 1. I'm fine with this from there. Okay. All right. Let's win a couple games. Yeah, between Fury, Solitude. All right. So let's see what we got. I will choose to play first. It seems correct. Yeah, I mean, this is a keep. It's turn 1, Sentinel. Turn 2, Stoneforge. Off the Inkmoth. Turn 3. Well, yeah, I'm still Sentinel here. Because we're on the play, Sentinel is just so much more important to get down. Okay, tap land. Love to see it. Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's crack in for 1 first. And so we might still, I'm just gonna play this out because that way they can't Fury us, they can't Solitude us. If they Ren minus, then we can kill the Ren with the Lavinia attack. Pretty content with that. And if they're spending their whole turn to kill Lavinia while not letting us draw a card with Esper Sentinel, I'm pretty happy with that too. We have a lot of lines that potentially just win us the game on the spot. If they Ren in 6, we draw a card as well, which looks okay. So they're Prismatic Ending, fine. Okay, so I think we Saga Stoneforge Aid here. Do not hate that. Let's start off with the easy part though. We could also Inkmoth Stoneforge Aid, but I like setting up the Saga. Yes, I will. And so this is tough. It's either Chip, Cauldron, or Hammer. and I think it's hammer here. Do you have another prismatic ending opponent? Probably shouldn't have played the 8. I probably should have just held it. Okay, well, or not. So I think I like playing Ink Moth, attacking with both, throwing a hammer in. Yeah. Can also just crack in for 3 here and then pass. It's probably correct. I'm fine with that. Yeah, because now if they go to heat something, we can protect it with hammer. We also have a backup hammer to put on the Ink Moth if the animated one does not do the trick. Okay, traverse the Ulvenwald. You can go get a basic. So because they're the Delirium version, that's the other reason you definitely bring in Relic here. I hadn't really considered that angle as much. Let's make a construct. So this will be a 1/1, just an itty bitty 1/1. Oh, okay, cool. So I probably, should have held the aid, but getting it in under counterspell also felt pretty important. So I think it's reasonable to do so. All right, let's see if we can get game 3. Still pretty happy with this configuration, I think. It's possible we're just supposed to cut the 2 Esper Sentinels on the draw entirely for an Ornithopter or 2, but I like 1 Esper Sentinel. Just the one little guy. Card's pretty unimpressive against Ren and 6, especially on the draw, though. So, also play Spell Pierce. 1 of Pierce, maybe? Yeah, I'm about it. Because they are much more on, like, the Delirium cards, which are all Spell Pierceable. Plus, I'm pretty sure they have, like, Teferi, and it can still tag a Ren and 6. So if we, like, open with the Spell Pierce, I think we keep this and hope to draw an Equipper. Okay, so they're keeping 7. I think that means we keep. Okay, that'll work. And so then next turn we just play Lavinia, right? It's either Lavinia or Stoneforge. Kataki. Okay, well, I'm fine with that going away. Actually, yeah, Stoneforge here. And this is an instance where we're certainly getting Kaldra. We really want to hit, obviously, but if they don't kill the Stoneforge, then we're in pretty good shape too, regardless of if we hit a land. Okay. Do they have... No, they didn't. Okay, that's good to know. Are they missing land drops? It looks like they are. Well, yeah, I mean... Okay, counterspell? Well, you can't counterspell. Sure, dress down. All right, so they dress down in response. We didn't get the Stoneforge trigger, of course. They're trying to find lands. It looks like they found one. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ah, that's the one. All right, maybe we'll draw a land. That'd be great. Or not. Gosh. Still think we play the Stoneforge here. Yeah, I mean, I think we get a Mantle here. And I think we discard... No, we would discard a right. I think we discard an aid here. Okay, that's a good card. Let's see what they get. Yeah, we needed to hit a land like that turn. If we had hit a land, we haven't drawn a land, right? We started with 2. We've seen, let's see, what turn is it? 5. So we've had 5 draw steps, no land. That's not, we just take the 2 here. Okay, tick up to Fairy. You got it. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so that resolved. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I think we just try to kill this one. So target first, of course, and I will decline. Does this work? I will F6 here. Oh my gosh, it worked. I didn't expect it to work. Oh, sure. Traverse. Oh, there you go. You got Delirium. So you can get a creature or a land. Any land, right? Solitude. That's pretty good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you got it. Sure. So I don't think I actually even keep this around. I think we let this go. Okay. So if we can blacksmith skill the Stoneforge and go from there. Because if that works, then we just double hammer and kill him, right? Seems right to me. Guess we can cast this first. Okay. I'm going to try to kill you. Okay. All right. Well, let's, I guess get in there. Kill you. Do I win? Yes, I will, in fact, get a land. I don't think it's worth it. Sure. Okay. Do we have another Boseiju? Okay, we just have 2 Boseijus. Sure. Why wouldn't we? What a beating. Definitely shouldn't have F6 there because we had the extra mana. That was really bad. Wow. All right, so they had double Boseiju. We know Solitude's in their hand. Okay, because I definitely would have played out the Lavinia post-combat. Okay. Still a shot. Still a shot. And we probably keep the Mantle alive. Very little reason not to. Okay. Okay, so we'll lead with this. This part's pretty easy. This means that they can't Solitude us. Okay, and I think we start chipping here. I don't think we've played a land, right? Put it here. That was a mistake. Should have put it on the Stoneforge. I was even thinking, put it on the Stoneforge. Yep, okay. Doesn't matter. Yes, I will equip. No reason not to attack. Gosh. So we know they have a Solitude in hand, exiled an Omnath. They probably just get an Omnath here, right? So, I mean, we had to kill that turn, right? Okay, so we know we're drawing a Paladin. Not a lot we can do with that, unfortunately, but we might be able to take this. So we were probably supposed to keep the Cauldron alive simply because they don't to deal with it. So their plan is to Eternal Witness Boseiju, I guess. Okay, yeah, you got it. What are you targeting? Unholy Heat, that's a good one too. I mean, I'll block. Probably not blocking. I'm a coward. Okay. All right, so they can't Solitude us. And if we attack with that and that, Teferi at least goes to 1. I mean, Lavinia is kind of losing her utility anyway. So, fire it up. Let's kill the Teferi. Yep. Shouldn't have done that, but I also don't think it matters. They had just double Boseiju in their hand and that. Yeah, but I'm not worried about them hard casting or free casting Solitude. I'm no longer concerned about that. Okay. Yeah, because if we had kept the Cauldron in play, that could have set up later down the road. Paladin means that you just get to move the Cauldron around. We were so choked on mana, though. It was hard. Not drawing lands for the first 5 turns was really rough. Okay, makes sense. All right. So took up Teferi. Gets Guy Noodle into hand. So these are both in there. Fine. Okay. Okay. I think I'm supposed to just block here, right? If they get like real aggressive, we have lines. But yeah, we don't have Shadow Spear to gain life. We don't have hammers. If we draw Stoneforge, I don't think we have gifts anymore, right? Yeah, we cut the gifts. So if we draw a Stoneforge, and they get aggressive, then we potentially have a line to win the game. I'm just okay. Redraw a card. Probably also just bounce the Teferi. No reason not to gain the free loyalty. Can't imagine more. I'm about 1 draw step from the shin. Maybe they don't have a white. Perfect. Jeez. Yeah, I'll pack it in. GG's. Well, the 4-1 curse continues, but I'm content. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I think we could have done differently that game, so there were 2 spots. One where we could have kept the Cauldron around. We were just so tight on mana, it was hard to justify that, especially with no Paladin. But maybe you just keep it around anyway because they don't have a way to remove it. That's probably correct. So going forward, that's what I would do. You could also, the turn where we attacked we skilled the Stoneforge and put 2 hammers on it, trying to go for the win. They had double Boseiju. If we had just put 1 hammer on the Stoneforge and gone for the Teferi, I could see that doing it, because then we can follow up with a Lavinia, and then we have instant speed hammer. So that's probably correct. That was probably the line, but yeah. I just want to confirm real quick. That was good games though. So the other thing that I did was when we were still stuck on 2 lands, I played the Stoneforge out, grabbed a Paradise Mantle, and then had to move to discard. It's possible I was supposed to play Lavinia that turn as well, but I felt that getting the Cauldron into play was more important. Cool. All right. So kind of for the recap, I was, happy with the deck. Obviously we played the Mirrored twice, which was uncommon. And then we lost the 4-color, which definitely happens. People keep telling me the matchup's unwinnable. I think as we saw, it's not unwinnable. It can be tough, but drawing Saga also helps a lot. And so certainly not unwinnable. It's not a matchup I'm excited to face. And so, let me know what y'all want to see kind of going forward. Obviously, I'm always happy to run this list or tweaks to it. But if you're wanting me to try kind of a different list, I've played the Crusher bot lists in the past, and I thought those were fine. I thought they were more interesting kind of pre-Lurrus, because without Lurrus, it's kind of hard to justify not playing Cauldron, in my opinion. But, difference of opinion there. I am tempted to try out the Happy Sandwich list more. because he's obviously had incredible success recently. I would probably make some tweaks. Like if I'm playing Springleaf Drums, I'm always going to trim one drum for a mantle because the card, I think the card's just too insane not to play one copy of if you're running multiple drums. But I could totally see a world where we cut the Memnites, try the Ornithopters, play a little more interaction in terms of Spell Pierce and Blacksmith Skill in the main, and then some Mana Leaks, things like that in the board. I could see that. I would need to try it out. But if y'all are interested in me trying something like that, let me know. If you're wanting to continue seeing this kind of content, let me know. I do have a Patreon up now, which is really exciting. People have been really supportive. Last week I posted the Blue-Red Murktide in-depth matchup analysis, what cards are great, what cards are bad, things that you can look out for, little creases to the matchup that you might not know unless you've played the matchup a bunch. But, you know, people really enjoyed it. I appreciate the feedback. And after this, I'm actually going to be writing a deep dive on the 4-color matchup. And so there are obviously a bunch of variations of 4 colors, so I'm going to talk more in broad strokes, specific configurations. I will touch on them, but yeah, if you're interested in that kind of content, follow me on Twitter, and that will give you the link to the Patreon. Otherwise, I'll keep making this content. I haven't made any video content exclusive to it, and I don't plan to, but yeah, let me know what you want, and I hope y'all have a great day.